Hey, so do you all want to come with me as I chat on TMZ today? They actually just hit me up. They asked me if I can make it work today. I was not scheduled, but I'm gonna make it work for them. So we are gonna head. I was working from a coffee shop, but I'm gonna try to head home because Wi-Fi is better there. I also have lighting at the house, so let's go. All right, I'm at a stoplight right now. That's the only reason why I'm talking. But I am headed to the house. They just sent me over the topics. So a part of the TMZ Live, they're like little contributors. If you do pop culture news on the internet, they'll ask you to come by and just quip in on topics on their TMZ Live show. Now, what I like about it, so I'm actually a former journalist for real, and no shade, but TMZ, say what you want, but boots be on the ground. Now, whether that's your type of journalism, that's up for debate, but I do not think that we can separate getting answers in TMZ as much as we used to be a few years ago. But anyway, they sent me over some topics that I can, if I want to, quip in on, I can. I like that about it, where you just don't, it's not anything that's random, right? Where you just, we have no clue what the topic is going to be, and we just want you to commentate on it. You can choose what topics that you want, and if you choose no topics, it's cool. If you choose multiple topics, sure, and they only put you on one thing. It's really fluid, very liquid. I remember the first time, it took me like 2 times to actually get on, because every topic that I would choose, it got killed from the show. So they were like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. And I was like, it's okay. It's just how it works sometimes. But all right, wait, I gotta stop because I'm about to turn. And this is a lesson on why your house always needs to be ready. Y'all remember when your grandma would say, you never know who's coming by. Make sure your house looks clean. I have the digital version of I never know when somebody is going to say, hey, can we interview you? Or can you chime in? So the house must always look good. I'm not playing. Okay, so on a serious note, I have to set up my lighting. And then I'm just gonna lightly put on some makeup, because the show runs for I think about an hour and a half, and you never know. I don't know what time they're gonna need me. So a lot of it's standby. You can be at the top of the show, you can be in the middle of the show, you literally never know what part of the show you can be on. But let me make sure my phone's charged. This is a topic that I don't need much history on, and I saw it. It actually is, because I guess by the time you see this, it will have already ran, because it's a live show. It's about Gayle King, and I don't know if you watched Call Her Daddy. She had discussed the circumstances of her then husband cheating on her with her friend. First of all, I ain't know Gayle cuss like that, but it was so good. That was such a good episode, and I am commenting on the apology he then gave TMZ. Another good thing about how TMZ operates this is, give me 1 second, what is it called again? Zoom. Is you can only speak on what they've reported. So they will already send you the article related to it so that you have all the background information you need. And they are very strict on, if it is not in the article, or it's not or a primary, you cannot speak on it, which I appreciate. I like. And you have to give them bullet points on what you're going to talk about, because you only have a few seconds. But because I am formerly a journalist, what am I talking about? I'm still a journalist. Because I come from a journalism background, I know how quick you want a 10-30 second bite at the most, maybe a little bit back and forth, but you want to move on to the next thing and the next thing. And at any time, it could get cut. So you can do all this stuff and never get anything. But let's go ahead and put on a little makeup. I did my eyes today already, and up here, I don't wear too much makeup because I'm trying to clear my skin out. And I'm on retinol right now, tretinoin to be exact. And I have noticed when I'm out in the sun, side note, I am allergic to certain sunscreens, so that's just a full another story. But the sun will irritate my skin, because look at it now. It's calm, not calm as it is in the morning, because I haven't had any sun or any workouts or any irritants. But I walk about 6 to 8 miles every day. At the low end 5, because we trying to get that waist snatched. But anyway, all that sun, and I'm in Florida, so all of that sun will irritate your skin. I want to wear hats and stuff. I don't want to wear hats all the time, and I don't know, but you gotta protect your skin. Let's go put on a little makeup. So I do have my laptop in the actual bathroom with me because like I have to wait to see what time TMZ wants me on, because there is a large window. I think that a show is like 2 hours, so I don't want to miss them saying, hey, like we need you on here, here, there. So on the days that I do TMZ, I have to be very flexible with my schedule. So if I say yes, it is a day where I know I can be at the house and I don't have like running around to do. Because if not, like you literally have to dedicate a whole 2 hours of your time just in case. Because things could also, let's say if you're in the A block, right? Your stuff could be cut from the A block, and they then will say, hey, could you comment on something in the B block or the C block? So you really need to be very flexible. I am so happy that my hair is pulled back. And I always have these feelings of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to spend the extra 10, 20, oh, sometimes even 30, like a simple look, like just having my hair done with just my eyebrows and like that could take me 30 minutes in the morning. And sometimes he'll be like, I'm just not gonna do it. But after a while, I was like, so what am I making time for? And the things that I'm making time for, is it for me, right? Like, of course, I'm making time for work and I'm making time for all the other things. But this year, I really wanted to make sure that I was making time for things that were solely me. Not the family, not my job, none of that. Like, me. So that meant I was doing a better job at getting myself ready every day. Also doing a better job at going to the gym, working out. So I'm going to Pilates all summer, and I have been on a healthier journey for my weight for, at this point, 3 years. Sustainable. I love when things come full circle that quickly about taking care of yourself. I literally just this morning was like, is all of this making sure I look nice and presentable worth it? And look at that. Now, because I don't have to do my whole hair and put a whole bunch of makeup on, I can just very, very quickly get an opportunity real quick and go about my day. It's not a big deal. So I do just this part of my face in the morning, and I'm going to, I have like my little kit that's right here that I use. That's like my day-to-day. I'm gonna put a little little bit of foundation on, and then I'll curve up myself, because one thing about the camera is you will like you have no makeup on, even though I look like I have good makeup on here. I want to rehydrate my face. Ooh, this is, what is this? Mario. I never say the right name, and if you all could just put a pronouncer in the comments, that'd be great. Or I'll look it up myself. What are we talking about? Aren't we tired of that? People, oh, if you just do it, I can look it up myself. I'll look it up. Next time I show this, you'll know the actual name. But it has aloe, herbs, and rose water to kind of refresh my face for some of this makeup to go on. I'm also going to put on some dewy hydration. Right here. I know it don't go here, but whatever. Honestly, I feel like I'm good up here. I am probably going to, with my eyebrows, do a better job here. Okay, sorry. I could not take the time to talk to you all while I did the makeup, because like I said, timely. Actually, like the show is actually already live. So yeah, all I did was put these glasses on. Y'all know I can't see. is put a little depth to my face up here, color here, color here. Still, I don't want to be too powdery, but I know on this camera, because I don't have like the lighting, I'm in my bathroom, so it looks very flat, but once I get into some natural light and out there, it'll look a lot different. And at this rate, I think I'm good. I'm actually gonna keep this on because I'm only gonna be showing from the top up, so that's really all that matters. And it's not a crazy serious topic. I feel like this is fine. I also don't have enough time to put all my stuff back. I have also been living in the era of if I can put things back right there, right now in the moment, I do. I don't like for things to pile up. It does not stress me out, and like sure, life would be fine without it, but I feel like life is easier when I can just handle things right there in the moment. And what's so funny about this is I'm over here having enough time to kind of take y'all through it. I remember the first time I was asked to do it, and I was going to vlog it or whatever, but I really didn't have enough time. I was already nervous, and it was my first time. And I have this mantra of just act like you're going to do something again. When you live life through a lens of this is gonna be my last time doing it, you rob yourself of the next time you do it, and you can't even enjoy the moment. So I try to never move as if I don't do this thing right now and savor it, like I'll never have this opportunity again. Opportunities are going to come to me either way, and I think because I give that energy comes back to me. So it's nice that I'm able to vlog it now. You'll move on a baby here, represent. Not too much though. Okay, all right, let's go. You see? Now we're cooking. The makeup does not look as flat, but we do have a problem. We need to make sure, you see how my home is not positioned so that the light is direct towards me, it's behind me. So I have to use a lot of artificial light, and then I'm gonna have to close these blinds so that it actually looks good on air. So here's how it looks on the camera. And they do have requirements on how your camera should look, but my Mac actually works pretty well. And they'll do a sound check too. I think I might take off my AirPods because that can make a difference, but we're going to shut off some lights, position my lighting, make sure lighting looks good. All I know is the next place we get, I need the light in the kitchen to be facing me because look at this. Look how nice this lighting is. And I know the bronzer, it looks crazy. Remember though, this is not for outside daytime wear. This is camera. So it has to look like this. How do I know? I worked in news for over a decade. I know what I'm talking about. So we're gonna close these blinds. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And we're going to open these blinds just a tad because I do want a little natural light to come in, but because the camera won't be positioned over here, I'll be fine with the lighting. It won't look washed out. All right, so here is the lighting setup. I like natural lights, I have no blinds, but I position myself so that the reason why I'm here is you see how my walls, and then there's a couch. This gives it not a flat look. So when you are shooting, you want some sort of depth of field, and I have something behind me. That's why you'll see people do the backgrounds of bookcases, and you just don't want to be on a flat wall. Now, sure, this is a flat wall, but it's a flat wall that has places here. Now mind you, this is actually pretty far back from me, but it looks very up close because of how I have the camera positioned. And I obviously have glasses. I need my glasses, but I have notes. Honestly, for this, I might not need all the notes in the world, but I like to be handy. And I don't want the lights though too much on me, and I don't want them to. So I feel like I'm just gonna keep it here. And what I typically do is not to have those lights here. I'll come up, you know, you wanna see my eyes. So I usually kind of bend down a little bit like this, or like this, a little headroom. But we'll figure out, you'll see how it ultimately looks when you see me live. But I think we're gonna keep it here. They are going to be calling in a few moments. Now, I always get like a little nervous, not because it's TMZ, but that's how it was every time before I get live. I don't think it's a feeling you can get over, because when you're live, you're live. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no taking it back. So yeah, but I think it's a good feeling. I like it. I like the feeling. So because they're gonna call in a few moments, I am just going to look over my notes, close out, and I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb once they call, so that nobody, bothers me. Yeah, I think I'm good. Because also the thing about being live is, if you practice, you'll suck. You just have to know what you're going to talk about, and the best remedy to feeling prepared is just know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because anything could happen. Like, what I want to get off of my chest, it might go in a different direction. They may, sometimes when you're live, they'll throw you a question and they're like, hey, so like, if you're so focused on getting this spiel across, like, you'll never actually look good and do good live, and it'll actually mess you up, because if you're just trying to always remember what matters, you just gotta know. You just gotta know, for real. You just don't practice, just know the thing. Like, I know what I want to say, right? Oh, here we go.
We'll get to Willie. Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you, yes. Let me just put my phone on Do Not Disturb. How you doing?
Perfect. I'm good. Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it. So they're setting up for the story now.
Perfect.
Just to remind you, they're going to talk through it, give their thoughts and everything. And whenever I say go, you'll pop up on the screen. And then from there, you can say your name, location, and then your comment.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I mean, we're in surprisingly good shape.
No, not that kind of stuff.
Assuming it makes sense.
Bald-headed.
Oh God.
No, not the professional one. You bald-headed.
Not offering any
Yeah.
photos. Okay, here we go. This is D1. Here we go. All right. Is Brendan gone today? Yes. Is he gone tomorrow? Okay.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. Gayle King said a lot about her ex-husband, which we got into yesterday. If you missed it, she was on Call Her Daddy, and she detailed, in very stark detail, catching her husband having in flagrante with a friend of hers, not Oprah. Settle down.
And not Amanda.
Not Amanda. It was a long time ago. But she talked about all the details. So we had reached out to her husband just to find out if he had a different side of this.
But boy, before we get into this, you got to understand, she really went into detail about how she caught her husband.
We talked about this yesterday.
I know, but in case you didn't see it.
Right.
Not everybody.
Okay, I just don't want you to go through every detail because you were so fascinated by it this morning.
I'm not.
Because you hadn't heard.
It's just that she went
she
through
walked
all
in,
of these
got
details.
to the house, and she found him actually,
and
the friend was in a towel.
And the thing is that when the jig is up, the husband takes the girl, the mistress, to the train station and leaves Gayle. So there should be hard feelings there.
Turns out there are not. So when we reached out to William, he basically threw himself at the mercy of the court and said, "She's right. I apologize. It was an awful thing that I did." And they are now successfully, they co-parent. They're co-grandparenting, actually.
And get along.
So we got Gayle this morning outside CBS. She was a little surprised that we had actually even gotten in touch with William. Here's what she said.
I was surprised that you guys got, A, that you found him. That's number one. B, that he was even talking, because he never talks. So I was surprised, but I can also say I appreciated what he had to say. This happened so long ago that we are both healed. We have both moved on. And the reason why I can talk about it so candidly, to be honest with you, is because it has been so much time that has passed. And I feel I'm in a really great place, and so is he. What I'm really touched by is how it's been resonating with other women. And I want them to know It's a very big club. None of us want to be in it. But the beauty is you can go through it and you can come out on the other side and you can really be okay. Now the question is, I'm now singing the Ray song. How's it go? Baby, where the hell's my husband? I'm now concentrating on, where is he? Where is he, Harvey?
Yeah, where's her husband, Harvey?
I gotta tell you, I love Gayle King. I just think she's just so cool. And when you listen to her, she's so level-headed and thoughtful. And I don't know, when you watch what she said, that's the way it's done.
Yeah.
That's the way it's
Their
done.
kids are 39 and 40 years old. She's been divorced for 33 years. Of course that's how it's done. They're
Let
grown.
me tell you something. I had,
What?
It
I had a
doesn't
girlfriend
always go away.
whose parents got divorced, and for decades they were at war.
Probably because they probably still loved each other.
No, never.
She was over it when
No.
she found William in
No.
the bed with that friend.
No,
well, from what she said, she wasn't over it.
She wasn't
Remember,
over it. She said she had to heal.
By the way, she took him back for a while.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes,
She did
that was
take
the
him
other
back
part
for a
of the
while.
story.
But
I didn't know. Oh, tell me more.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
Shay, Florida, and Harvey, I'm with you. I like this Gayle. Like the kid, I was surprised at the things that she was saying. Like we need more of that Gayle, but more so, I liked his apology. I thought he had accountability, and I'm so happy they're in a good place. You know?
Yeah, it's the way it should be done.
And
I
you
agree.
know,
And they
faster
did.
than 40 years. But yes, that's the way it should be done.
I don't think it
No,
necessarily
it hasn't been 40 years.
That's right.
They've been on good terms for a long time.
But do you know what the best apology?
You
would
can totally
be?
understand.
Not cheating.
Ooh, exactly.
I'm just
Thank
saying.
you so much. That was amazing. Really appreciate you coming
You're
on.
welcome.
All right, have a good rest of your day.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
All right, that was it. That was it. I don't know if that last little tidbit got in, but yeah, you know, that's it. It's over. Now my blood pressure has to go down. Again, this happens before everything I do. That's just how it's so exciting. It's exhilarating. Let's see what my heart rate is. So my heart rate right now is a whopping 112, which is not crazy. My walking pace is about 107. And let's see what my resting. My lowest heart rate today, well, my resting heart rate is 72. So do you see like how much adrenaline and anxiety comes when you go live? It's not a bad anxiety, but it's just enough to keep you on your toes. So that is me on TMZ, and come back. They usually post it about a day or so after, and then like you can clip it or whatever. So just come back to this and you all can see the full thing actually live on TMZ.